The legal part is the procedure that you get to making a political decision, which is the decision to remove. And all along the way, our courts have said procedures must be respected.
On the issue of the rate, yeah, there's a general comment in the government is also not rate, but price. The government is focusing on that. We've spoken to the Ministry of Commerce. We've also spoken to the Minister of Transport. But the truth is, and I was in a long conversation with the Finance Minister this morning before coming here. A few things to say. A few things are happening with the exchange rate. Around this period, it is always normal that remittances are very high from our citizens who live in the diaspora, whether it's America, whether it's wherever they are, coming to us with out of the remittances are high. Even though remittances are normal, but there are some people here who just live on remittances. Every Monday, people are sending money and that's not the supply. But it's always kicking on a little bit high when you're moving towards it. Two, the minister told me that call it bond or bill, surety bond or bill, whatever, it's been released to a number of commercial banks. That will also have an impact. Second, clearly, he says, because the government allows people to pay their tax in currency of their choice, unlike in the past where you have to be paying taxes in US dollars, now you have the option to pay in Liberian dollar and US dollars. What it does is that it gives some strength to your local currency.
The National Civil Service Testing Center is equipped with advanced computers and specialized tools that streamline the testing process, more accurate assessment of prospective civil servants. This upgrade allows for a quicker recruitment timeline, ensuring the highly qualified personnel are swiftly placed in critical roles, thus fostering a more agile and responsive civil service that meets the evolving needs of our nation.
Basically, we were discussing security matters. How can we enhance security in the Plibo communities? Specifically, we try to look at community engagement. How can we reach out to curtail crimes, and in order that the streets are peaceful and that you go home in your community and sleep more sound than usual, if I may place it that way, meaning we're going to have our presence. The major is trying to see as to whether the police can do an extension of its facility in the new Plibo community by having some police officers there, having a police station there.
I know in the last 6 years while he went through here, his businesses were strangulated because he was considered an opposition person. And sometimes that's where you see the difference. When you know that a leader is a leader who's sent to move a country forward, you see it. Watch around. See some of the latest appointments that have been made. Even in the midst of the fact that some of the people who stood with him are yet to be accommodated. Some are angry. I, along with a few persons around the president's office, we took the responsibility to reach out and start bringing them to hold some conversations with the president and see what we can do together to help these young people so they don't feel forgotten.
And so today is the last working day in the week. Of course, today is Friday. And let me say what's up with you all. And the funny thing about it is that the Valentine's Day falls on the Friday, the weekend. Okay, so welcome. Wherever you find yourself, however you're listening, this is the Roundtable. I'm here up to 6 o'clock. You don't believe it? Keep listening. Well, coming up, business as usual. We talk about things that matter here on this radio. And after that, we'll bring you, sports from the sporting world. But before then, we'll bring you the review of the local dailies on this radio. After that, we'll bring you sports. And then at 4 o'clock, we'll bring you 15 minutes of news that you can use like tools on this broadcast. All right. And so after 4, we'll introduce our first topic for discussion. After that, 5 o'clock today, hopefully, we'll be talking to Eddie Jawolo. Eddie Jawolo is the executive director of Nemo Partners. They have actually released a report for 2024 on the government. That is the government first year in power, 2024. And so Nemo Partners, they have released this report, and they say out of the promises the government made or the president made, he has only worked on 4% of the promises he made in the first 1 year. So let's assume that the president is working on 4% each year, and he worked on 4% 2024, 4% 2025, 4% 2026, that 12% right there. Another 4% the remaining 3 years, so 12 plus 12 will be 24%. I don't know if that is exactly what's going to happen, but we hope and pray. We know the government will do well. We know the government will do pretty well because, yeah, they're just starting. So almost like when you're starting to drive, you don't know how to control the steering. It's going to give you some difficulties. Once you learn how to drive, you can move the car anyhow. All right. So welcome to it. I'm going to take a break. This program is highly being sponsored by Sinan Group Limited. Sinan Group Limited. They are involved into borehole, water drilling, and hand pump installation, as well as so many other things. So uh, let's take this one here quickly, and then take words from our sponsor. When we come back, we continue the program.
Are you having problems with your car engine and looking for the repair shop? Look no further. The Sina Machining Solutions are here to solve all your problems. At Sina Machining Solution, we specialize in comprehensive machine services. We do manual tuning, milling, fabrication and reconditioning of crankshaft, camshaft, and valve stems. We also do drilling, boring, and reaming. Our precision drilling of oiled galleries, coolant passages, mounting points, restoring worn passages in cylinder heads and engine blocks will keep your machine running smoothly. Sina Machining Solution. Our shops are staffed with professionals. Our greening and service preparation, polishing, and smoothing will give your machine ultimate sealing and fit. But that is not all. Sina Machining Solution has welders who will make your metal fabrication, repair cracks, and make custom brackets using the manual arc welding techniques. If the threads on your machines are damaged, do not worry. We create new threads, restore all damaged threads, and retouch. We also do custom modification to suit the local operating condition, adjust fuel quality and ambient temperature. Once we have completed your job, we will inspect and measure the services using our precision instruments and implement a rigorous quality control process to ensure safety and performance standards. We are not letting you go just yet. We have to make sure your heating and surface hardening are taken care of.
Visit us near Zone 3 Police Station, Tottenham Boulevard, Concord Town. For more information, you can call us on +231 777 393 950 or +231 888 701 391. You can also send your email to info@sinagroupltd.com or www.sinagroupltd.com, all in small letters.
Come now and visit us. When you are satisfied, we are satisfied, and everyone goes home smiling. Hey, have you heard of Sinan Group Limited? Well, Sinan Group Limited is a reliable and efficient water drilling expert. Sinan Group Limited specializes in deep borehole drilling, pump installations, and water system maintenance to ensure you have access to clean and sustainable water anytime, anywhere. Services we offer include water well drilling and installation, site assessment and planning, detailed evaluation of potential drilling site. We carry out installation of well casings to prevent contamination, gravel packing to stabilize the well, and proper sealing to maintain water quality. We also conduct pump tests and other evaluations to determine the capacity and sustainability of the water source. We recommend and install appropriate pump systems such as submersible or jet pumps. We connect the pump to the overall water supply network, including storage and distribution systems. We also do scheduled maintenance and prompt repairs to ensure optimal performance and longevity of the pump system. We carry on inspection and evaluation of older or underperforming wells to identify issues such as casing damage.
That's not all. At the Sina Group Limited, we do systematic collection of water samples from various points in the supply system. Ensures compliance with health standards and confirms portability. We provide expert guidance on water supply system design, including optimum well placement, pump sizing, and integration integration with local infrastructure. The Sina Group Limited manages the full life cycle of water projects from initial assessment and design to execution and post-installation support, ensuring projects are delivered on time and within the budget. With our cutting-edge technology, we utilize the most advanced drilling equipment. The Sina Group Limited trusted clients include UC, US Embassy, GRZ, and many more. Contact us today at our regional office near Zone 3 Police Station, Tottenham Boulevard, Congo Town, Liberia. Or call us 0777 393 950 or 0888 or email us at info@sinagroupLTD.com. Visit our website www.sinagroupLTD.com. Oh my way, I like I see they go, baby, I like I see they go. Leave our places, then they go represent us. And they're supposed to come back when they get their phone for them to come work in the district for us to see it. And they make a swing a record thing for their country to be developed. Because some of them they can take the money, they can develop their community, even how they call themselves, government on themselves, so they can do it in the district. That they never mean they won't put that 25,000 they get to go brag. When they put that money, they can use that money in a very district that they in. They themselves they corrupt. Then they want development in the country. For me, I regret it. People are therefore I regret it today. Let me be frank with God. The country is very, very hard right now. I feel very disappointed in the House of Representatives when it comes to removal of Speaker Kufa. Number one, the people bring so many reasons that they want for Speaker Kufa to be removed. For me, I think before you go in any election, you have to ask somebody for their view. A view was proper before then, and which the local Speaker Kufa character, according to them, they elect the man. The men even go quite 10 more for it. They try to remove the man. For me, I'm disappointed in the lawmaker that against Speaker Kufa.
One of the biggest problems we have as a country and people, whether it is church, whether it is civil society, whether it is especially government, the entire country lacks discipline. Indiscipline is a big problem in our country. And if you want to see, and that's why we're probably not going anywhere. If you want to see Liberia's problem, you can visualize Liberia's problem right from a high-rise building and look at the traffic. You look down from a high-rise building, you see the vehicular traffic, the human traffic, people pedestrians, people passing, moving up and down. Or look at the car, the vehicular traffic. The same thing that can cause the traffic to particular spots every day will do the same thing every day. Indiscipline, lack of patience. Nobody wants to respect the system or the law.
One of the things that we haven't done well in this country, and I include myself in my administration, is to give proper quality education to our youth. Because if they did, they would be able to compete not only in jobs in the private sector, but in jobs others. And our education system has always been not at the whole level that's required to make our young people competitive globally, but it also deteriorated in some of the past few years.
For me, it's something that is very good. And then for our students, they have always yearned for such an opportunity. When you look at the students who have passion in journalism, and some of them who are developing passion. So when we talk about this workshop, and they want to gather more insight about what journalism is all about, so I think what Blaze FM is doing is something that we must applaud them for, because they will be bringing students, to light, and there are a lot of things that will be exposed about each of these students. So we must say what's up to Blaze FM for such a great opportunity.
To remove a speaker, it takes 49 votes and a resolution of members of the House. Honorable Tyler resigned, Honorable Snow resigned. That is the political aspect of it. In order for you to get to the removal of a speaker, there are two cardinal things you have to do. You have to do a legal part and then a political part. The legal part is the procedure that you get to making a political decision, which is the decision to remove. And all along the way, our courts have said procedures must be respected.
On the issue of the rate, there's a general comment in the government is also not rate, but price. The government is focusing on that. We've spoken to the Ministry of Commerce. We've also spoken spoke on to the Minister of Transport. But the truth is, and I was in a long conversation with the finance minister this morning before coming here. A few things to say. A few things are happening with the change rate. Around this period, it is always normal that remittances are very high from our citizens who live in the diaspora, whether it's America, whether it's wherever they are, coming towards this holiday period, remittances are high. Even though remittances are normal, but there are some people here who just live on remittances. Every Monday, people are bro sending money and that's how they survive. But it's always kicking on a little bit high when you're moving towards it. Two, the minister told me that call it bond or bill, surety bond or bill, whatever, it's been released to a number of commercial banks. That will also have an impact. Second, clearly, he says, because the government allows people to pay their tax in currency of their choice, unlike in the past where you have to be paying taxes in US dollars, now you have the option to pay in Liberian dollar in US dollars. What it does is that it gives some strength to your local currency.
National Civil Service.
Okay, welcome back. After the commercial there, was from our sponsor, Sinan Group Limited. So today is Friday, and we all know that today is Valentine's Day. So let me seize the opportunity to yeah, let me seize the opportunity to say to use my bossman position and say happy Valentine to his beautiful wife, Mrs. Deborah Dennis Giroux, our boss lady. We call her 002. Mommy would like to say happy Valentine to you, and we hope that today you have a wonderful day, enjoying yourself, and also thinking about, kind of reflecting on your many developmental initiatives that you have on mind. Okay, so I also like to take the place of my boss lady to say happy Valentine's to her beautiful, come on, her energetic and handsome husband, Mr. Gibson Jerome, my CEO. And I'd like to say happy Valentine's Day to you, sir. And let's hope that, as we celebrate this wonderful, romantic, and memorable day of love to our relatives, our friends, and, I'd like to say, may the Almighty God continue to bless you more, you and your lovely wife, so that you can continue on the endeavor that you guys are on right now to make sure employ more Liberians, create more jobs, and do so many things for Liberians, okay? Because this is your country. It is because you love your country. That's why you left from the States to come and establish businesses here in Liberia and employ Liberians, get them paid, put food on their table. All right, we'd like to say thank you all so much to you. On behalf of the entire management team here at Blaze Communications Network Incorporated, we'd like to say happy Valentine's to our lovely, um, owners of Blaze FM and at the D&G Pharmacy, as well as the D&G Grocery Store. And so we'd like to dedicate this song to you all we got to dedicate a special song to you for all of you who are listening. We want you to join us to wish and say happy Valentine's to our bosses, the CEO and his lovely wife, and we will dedicate this song to them and wish them happy Valentine's. So this is the song. It's called "I Love You," and it's by Celine Dion. Let's hope you will like it. And it's a special dedication to Mr. Gibson Giroux and his lovely wife, Mrs. Deborah Dennis Giroux. I really like to call her name because this is the song for you, Mom and Dad. I hope you guys will enjoy this one. And so this is the song that we actually dedicated to Mr. and Mrs. Gibson Jeru, CEO, who are director of this communications network incorporated as well as DNG. Like to say happy Valentine's to you. What is this one is here? And so we are working collaboratively to get you the best of programming, entertainment, as well as information on this broadcast. So we're going to put the song down now. Yeah, get straight to our discussion on this broadcast. So as per our things that matters every day, we talk about them. And so today we will be looking at something that is very important in our society and that we actually need to look at. Okay, this is so serious, this is so alarming, and there's a need that we look at it. Today we'll be talking about the proliferation of nightclubs. There are too many nightclubs in the country, in the city. Too many. There are too many nightclubs in the country than churches and mosques. There are too many nightclubs in the country than schools and I mean the high schools and universities. Too many. Too many nightclubs. Too many. Now, don't get it twisted. There's a difference between an entertainment center and a nightclub. There is a difference between an entertainment center and a nightclub. An entertainment center, there are things that cannot be done to an entertainment center but can be done at the nightclub. Yeah. Even though the nightclub is also an entertainment center, but the name nightclub, there's a difference between the nightclub and the entertainment center. Now, so today we're talking about the increase in nightclubs in Liberia. Well, I don't know the process of obtaining a nightclub or opening a nightclub in Liberia, but I think the Liberia Business Registry need to actually be aware of these things seriously. Because let's take for example, let's take for example, if you look at Painesville alone, only Painesville, I'm not talking about the entire Montserrat, neither the entire country. If you look at Painesville alone, there are too many nightclubs in Painesville. If you look at Central Monrovia, too many nightclubs in Central Monrovia. If you look at Congo Town, the same. Bourgeois Island, the same. Gardnersville, the same. You go to Margibi, you go to Bunk, you go to Grand Bassa, you go to Nimba. Too many of them. Now, we are not saying it is bad to establish a business of such. We are not saying it is definitely bad to establish a business of such. But the fact that there are too many nightclubs, they are not restricting those or the customers that are coming to the nightclubs. Now I will name you three. One, they don't care if the girl is underage or not. As long as the girl enters the club to bar, they don't care. They will serve. Two, you'll see two, three guys will carry two or three girls with them. The club owners don't care to know whether the girls, the boys or the guys carry are underage or not. They don't know. They don't care rather. All they know is that they will go to the person will go to the bar and purchase their whatsoever they want to purchase and go sit down on the table and they drink and they go. So at the end result, you will get to know that many of our girls' children are getting into having early sex because of being under the influence of alcohol than any other thing. That's number two, right? Number three, there are some nightclubs, right? There are some nightclubs that are not even supposed to operate. You know the reason? Because they allow anybody, this time around, I'm now specifying it to a girl child or maybe a boy who is underage. No. They allow anybody to enter the club. You see some people dirty, some people smelling stink, some people got on slippers, some people will go buy one bottle and sit down for the whole night. Some people will buy nothing. Some people enter the club to beg. Some people enter the club to harass. Some people enter the club to fight. Some people enter the club to just do everything crazy. At the same time, people enter the club to sell drugs. Now, I understand that when people sell alcohol, sometimes there will always be confusion because when people are in alcohol, they tend not to agree with most of the argument. And in some cases, they will either the argument will either end up in confusion. I understand that. But for example, you will get to know that because two girls got drunk and they start an argument, they start to fight in the club. Two guys lecturing, maybe they're not agreeing with one another, they start fighting in the club. So my question is, opening a nightclub is one thing. Having serious restriction, is another thing. Because sometimes there are responsible people who just want to go relax somewhere and have some little good time and just get up and go home. But you're having a nightclub that you're having everybody entering, whether you got on short trouser, you got on long trouser, whether your trouser tear or not, whether you took bath home or not, whether you are dirty or not, whether you smelling or not, whether you got on slippers or not. They don't just care. All they want is for their business to go. So my question is the Liberia Business Registry actually aware of most of these nightclubs that are, operating? If they do know, is there any criteria you're supposed to follow to open a nightclub? Are there restrictions? Because, in fact, some nightclubs sell expired beverages. They sell expired beverages, whether alcoholic beverage, whether non-alcoholic beverage. They sell most of the nightclubs. Like once upon a time, I went to a nightclub that is very famous. I won't call the name. I went to the nightclub and I bought a bottle of Shintao a bottle of Henneken, sorry, that was expired. Another time I bought a bottle of Vimto that was expired. The Vimto was to be expired in 2023 March 14. And the person sold that identical Vimto to me in 2023 July 2. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? The Vimto expired in 2023 March 14. And the person sold the Vimto to me in the same 2023 July 2. So let's calculate March 14 to April 14. That's 1 year. April 14 to May 14, now 1 year, but 1 month. April 14 to June 14, that's 2 months. So almost 3 months as after the expiration date. So the question is, are there restrictions, are there criteria that nightclubs supposed to follow before they can open, before they can be established? If yes, what are those criteria? Because most often people under the age of 18 are not supposed to be allowed into a nightclub. They're not supposed to be allowed to buy any alcoholic beverage. Do the nightclubs owner observe these things? I say a big no. Let's take for typical example. Today is Valentine's Day, right? Yeah. A lot of guys will be taking their girls out. Men will be taking their wives out, and you just name a girlfriend and other thing. And there will be so many little girls that will be virgin last today. You know why? They will never be normal when it happens. They will take them to the club. Nowadays, our little girls, our little ones, the little girls, little boys, they like to go to big it's packed. I will run in a nightclub before I know what I'm saying. If your club is not packed, people feel your club is not up to date. They leave and they see too many people. And there is no possibility that your club will be packed and you say you want to check everybody to know whether people there reach 18 or not. Yes. So we are saying this to say we are not against, for me, I'm not against the establishment of the nightclub. That's business. It also helps to employ Liberians. But the question is the Liberia Business Registry, along with the Liberia Revenue Authority, where people pay their taxes, are they aware of the proliferation of too many nightclubs in the country? You won't believe that there are more nightclubs in Liberia than mosques and churches, than high schools and universities, than even hospitals and clinics. Oh, yeah. Because people feel this is a business that is easy to run. As long as you're selling alcohol, no matter what the case, people will buy. Yeah. So this is the reason why I thought it necessary that we can discuss this. We can look at it seriously, critically, and we can also see the need to give recommendation and some advice to those who are owners of nightclubs. Now, listen, you should firstly be a regular taxpayer. You register under the Liberia Business Registry, and you should have people that will be able to handle your entrance. People who will be able to handle your entrance, they're bouncers. Now, I understand there are some people that are very small in the body. Some of them are 20, 21, all the way 25 to 30 years because they are, I mean, their age will not be on their face. They are very small in the body. But if you are a very smart person, you can determine whether this person reached the age of 18 or not. But just because you want customers, you want people to buy your goods and services, you allow anyone to just enter and just do anything. So my advice to you today, nightclub owners, since today is Valentine's Day, please observe the age range of people that will be entering your club. Please, you yourself, I understand, have kids. You will not allow your 16, your 15, your 14-year-old girl to go to a nightclub in the night. We know what can happen to nightclub. If the girl gets drunk and she's alone, that too many men will have her that night. Too many men will sleep with her that night. If she goes to the club with her boyfriend, that's an opportunity for him and gets drunk. If you don't know about if she's not being virgin now, she don't know about man business, she go to the club with another person, just know that because the person will, make use of the opportunity that she's drunk. So we want you today and ongoing forward that you observe the age range of people that will be entering your nightclub. We are also inviting the Liberia Business Registry, the LRA, Liberia Revenue Authority, and even the police as well, most especially the Women and Children Protection Section. The police can access, they can do so. The reason is simple. You are there to protect life and property. So if you see an, maybe 18-year-old girl, you know she's 18 from her response to you, her attitude. If you see a girl who was 14, 15 years old, you also know that you can apprehend her, keep her at the police station. When day breaks, you take her. Let her take you to her parents. Okay? Because this is so serious. These are the ways our little girls, our little boys are getting out of hand. They don't respect their parents. They don't respect whosoever they are living with because they feel they are being accepted at the nightclub. So they feel once they enter the nightclub, they buy alcohol, they buy women drinks, or some of them start taking in drugs. So they feel the man enough now. That's not good at all. We are urging nightclubs owners to be there for our little ones, our kids, our little children, our girls' children, as well as our boys' children. You need to help in the process. When the person now reach the age of 18, it doesn't mean if that person not go So I'll quickly go to I'll firstly begin with the front page African newspaper because I got approximately 7 minutes to 4 o'clock will take 15 minutes of news from the news and current affairs department. Um so the front page Africa newspaper is reporting that former President George Weah pays courtesy visit to President Ngoso in Brazzaville. That's one of the stories there from the front page Africa newspaper. We'll get to another story here quickly. It says here, um, health and education ministries deny reports of ministerial suspension or asset declaration. Health and education ministries denies reports of ministerial suspension or asset declaration. So they are saying that the president did not suspend them for asset declaration purpose. This one is saying here, Cummins questioned Liberia's UN Security Council bid calls for self-sufficiency amid U.S. aid cut. Opposition ANC standard bearer is saying this. Cummins questions Liberia's UN Security Council bid calls for self-sufficiency amid U.S. aid cut. Okay, that's Alexander Cummins there from the Alternative National Congress. Another one says here, don't love diminish. Don't let love diminish. Make every day Valentine's. Veteran couple urges young couples to strengthen their relationship. Who are those veteran couples? Grab a copy of the front page Africa newspaper and read more. All right, so we come here and say Court in Nima frees over 50 pre-trial detainees accused of murder, armed robbery without trial. Court in Nimba County frees over 50 pre-trial detainees accused of murder and armed robbery without trial. So it's like people accuse them of armed robbery and murder, but they just lay down in jail. They just in prison. Nobody to try them, so they could free them. Let's get another one from the Front Page Africa. Okay, that's all for today. The Front Page Africa. Let's see if we can get another newspaper here. We are now going to the Liberian Investigator newspaper, and one of the major stories here says, Laker talk. Representative Famole mocks Justice Bese Sona boycott excuse. Laker talk. Representative Famole mocks Justice Bese's Sona boycott excuse. The man say the excuse Justice Bese gave for the boycott of the Sona that liquor toy. It means the man went to the King Jusha in John liquor. Why he was saying that? Akun's house to recall ECOWAS Parliament. That's another story here on the Liberian Investigator newspaper. It says here, Kun's house to recall ECOWAS Parliament's representatives. What's going on? That's the headline. You can go there and get it for yourself. Another one is saying here, in battle speaker implores unpaid in battle speakers employees on pay since December. In battle speaker J Fonatis Kofa employees are on pay since December. Okay, so that's another story. Another story here says this one is a old one, but it's still uh appear on the Liberian Investigator newspaper. It says here, President Bouaka suspends NAFA boss over alleged mismanagement. President Bouaka suspends NAFA's boss over alleged mismanagement. I got 3 more minutes to go for the news, and Steven Tyler's supposed to be here with the sports. If he doesn't appear, I'll be taking some sports headlines from what they call. So we are now going to the Daily Observer newspaper, and I will be taking stories from the Daily Observer newspaper right here on this radio. Okay. So the Daily Observer newspaper is actually reporting the same story I just reported. President Bouaka suspends NAFA Director General. All right. Another one is saying here on the Daily Observer newspaper, Cummins breaks silence. Cummins breaks silence, calls for change, reflect on Liberia's path forward. You know, Alexander Cummins is the political leader of the Alternative National Congress, and he's there making that one. Another one is saying here, Liberia reaffirms commitment to protecting women, girls' rights. Liberia's reaffirmed commitment to protecting women and girls' rights. Okay, so the last story on this paper before we go for the news is Ambassador destined to Japan Claire's name speak on asset declaration. Ambassador destined to Japan Claire's name speaks on asset declaration. That's it for. I mean, that story is on the Daily Observer newspaper, Friday, February 14, 2025 edition of the paper, and this is the story they are bringing to us today. So quickly, let me squeeze in one story from the Heritage newspaper. The Heritage newspaper is actually reporting that. Let me get it quickly, strict and correct. The Heritage newspaper, but then we'll have to leave it as it is because it's already 4 o'clock, and bring you 15 minutes of news from the News and Current Affairs Department of Blaze Communication Network Incorporated. Let's cross over to the man, Mendy, who is pretty seated with the news at 4. Good afternoon, Mendy.
Good afternoon to everyone, and a warm welcome to Place News Bulletin of 4 with Menso Mendy. In the headlines, Ministry of Health team as false in misleading media reports that Health Minister Louis Poto was suspended
come back, we will be going into our first segment of our discussion here on Blaze FM. So, like I said, this program is heavily being sponsored by Sinan Group Limited. They are involved into machine solutions as well as borehole and water drilling, and many more. So let's take this break and be back. Hey, have you heard of Sinan Group Limited? Well, Sinan Group Limited is a reliable and efficient water drilling expert. Sinan Group Limited specializes in deep borehole drilling, pump installations, and water system maintenance to ensure you have access to clean and sustainable water anytime, anywhere. Services we offer include water well drilling and installation, site assessment and planning, detailed evaluation of potential drilling site. We carry out installation of well casings to prevent contamination, gravel packing to stabilize the well, and proper sealing to maintain water quality. We also conduct pump tests and other evaluations to determine the capacity and sustainability of the water source. We recommend and install appropriate pump systems such as submersible or jet pumps. We connect the pump to the overall water supply network, including storage and distribution systems. We also do scheduled maintenance and prompt repairs to ensure optimal performance and longevity of the pump system. We carry on inspection and evaluation of older or underperforming wells to identify issues such as casing damage.
That's not all. At the Sinan Group Limited, we do systematic collection of water samples from various points in the supply system, ensures compliance with health standards, and confirms portability. We provide expert guidance on water supply system design, including optimal well placement, pump sizing, and integration with local infrastructure. The Sinan Group Limited manages the full life cycle of water projects, from initial assessment and design to execution and post-installation support, ensuring projects are delivered on time and within the budget. With our cutting-edge technology, we utilize the most advanced drilling equipment. The Sinan Group Limited trusted clients include UC, US Embassy, GRZ, and many more. Contact us today at our regional office near Zone 3 Police Station, Tottenham Boulevard, Congo Town, Liberia, or call us on 0777 393 950 or 0888 701 391, or email us at info@sinagroupltd.com. Visit our website www.sinagroupltd.com. Oh my way, I like I see they go, baby, I like I see they go, baby.
Are you having problems with your car engine and looking for the repaired shop? Look no further. The Cena Machining Solutions are here to solve all your problems. At Cena Machining Solution, we specialize in comprehensive machine services. We do manual tuning, milling, fabrication and reconditioning of crankshaft, camshaft, and valve stems. We also do drilling, boring, and reaming. Our precision drilling of oiled galleries, coolant passages, mounting points, restoring worn passages in cylinder heads and engine blocks will keep your machine running smoothly. Cena Machining Solution. Our shops are staffed with professionals. Our greening and service preparation, polishing, and smoothing will give your machine ultimate sealing and fit. But that is not all. Cena Machining Solution has welders who will make your metal fabrication, repair cracks, and make custom brackets using the manual arc welding techniques. If the threads on your machines are damaged, do not worry. We create new threads, restore all damaged threads, and retake. We also do custom modification to suit the local operating condition, adjust fuel quality and ambient temperature. Once we have completed your job, we will inspect and measure the services using our precision instruments and implement a rigorous quality control process to ensure safety and performance standards. We are not letting you go just yet. We have to make sure your heating and surface handling are taken care of.
Visit us near Zone 3 Police Station, Tottenham Boulevard, Concord Town. For more information, you can call us on +231 777-393-950 or +231-888-701-391. You can also send your email to info@sinagroupltd.com or www.sinagroupltd.com, all in small letters.
Come now and visit us. When you are satisfied, we are satisfied, and everyone goes home smiling. Okay, so welcome back to the program. The talking point, and so many things happening in Liberia we need to talk about. So, at exactly 5 o'clock today, we'll be talking to the executive director of Nemo Partners in Eddie Jawolo. He will be appearing live on this, not live though, but via mobile phone. He will be appearing to discuss the report from Nemo Partners that says the government of Liberia, first year in office, the government um, completed 4% of its promises made during the campaign. Okay, we'll be talking about that. That's coming up at 5 to 6 o'clock this evening. He'll be here via mobile phone. So, with the time at exactly 23 minutes past 4 o'clock, let's bring in our first set of topic on our discussion today. We are looking at those who pass around with those who are impersonators. Yeah. You won't believe, my people, there are people who are impersonators, people who impersonate to be workers of the Liberia Revenue Authority, to be workers of the Commerce Ministry, to be workers of the Health Ministry or the Liberia Medicine Health Regulatory Authority, those who regulate the medicine around drugstores and even the people who sell in buckets and other things. Now, this country is turning into something else. This country is turning into something else to the extent that there are people who pretend to be tax collectors, but they are not. There are people who believe to be inspectors, but they are not. There are people who believe to be regulators, but they are not. When I mean regulators, when I talk about regulator, I'm talking about those who regulate uh, uh, medicine stores or pharmacies, those who sell in buckets, tablets in buckets and other things. Now, this is what is happening. They will go and print vests or jackets with the LRA rating on it. They print ID cards and give their various positions, and also do the same thing with the Commerce Ministry. They do the same thing with the regulatory ministry, the Liberal Health Regulatory Ministry. They will do the same thing, and sometimes even health. Because our society is so gullible to the extent that people quick to believe and bow down to things. You will also not believe that there are people who you see on the street who are impersonating to be police officers, who are impersonating they are police officers. They will arrest your motorbike, they will arrest your keke, or they arrest your taxi. Or when something happens, they go to the elderly going to the police. People go to the police station, or they recognize somebody in the community to be a policeman, and they call you to come there, and they will extort money from you. Let's begin with the police. If a police officer comes to your house or meets you anywhere and say he is going to arrest you as an individual, he's going to arrest you as a taxi driver or a driver in general. He's going to arrest you as a motorcyclist. He's going to arrest you because you are a keke rider and other thing. Ask them 3 questions. Number one, let them introduce themselves to you. Let them call their name to you. Number two, let them show you their badge or ID card. Let them show you their badge or ID card. If they show you their badge, you can copy the badge number. In case of anything, you can be able to report that person to the Liberia National Police Headquarters and you read out their badge number. Or you can also take the ID card, the number of the ID card and the name as well. And thirdly, you can tell them that they should give you the reason they are arresting you. I'm still on the police. Now let's take for a typical example at ELWA Junction or on Broad Street or in red light. They arrest a lot of motorcycles, they arrest a lot of keke, and even some drivers, taxi drivers. All because they say people should not stop to a particular point. How will you tell me as a police officer that I should not stop to a particular point without any indication or any symbol indicating that this place is not a stopping point? No car should stop here. How will you tell me that? Let's look at ELWA Junction. They arrest a lot of motorcyclists, they arrest keke riders and other things. In fact, they run behind them to arrest them because somebody stopped. There's no sign to ELWA Junction that tells you that don't stop here. There are specific signs at specific places, not all over ELWA Junction. But they are arresting taxi drivers, they are arresting motorcyclists and keke riders from the junction itself as far as ERBC radio station road. They arrest people if you stop there. Now, the people don't know also the difference between stopping and parking. Most police officers, most especially the ones that are impersonating, they don't know the difference between stopping and parking. You can stop and your back will still be on for somebody to come down and pay you and you put up. Or your keke or your car engine stay on and when the person come down, they pay you and you put up. That's stopping. Parking is when someone park, cut the engine off, put all the windshield up, lock the doors, and get down from the car and go to wheresoever he or she is going. That's parking. But somebody can stop, the engine stay on, the man stay behind his steering and he waiting for the passenger to give him the money. Then you run there, you pull nail under the tire. Or you say you're arresting the motorbike or the keke or the taxi. The impersonators are the ones that are involved into that more than the real police officers. In fact, I understand some of the real police officers who got all their information, other things, they are involved into that too. But sometimes they understand when the keke rider, the motorcyclist, or the driver explain to them. But the impersonator, those who are impersonating, who are acting that the police officers, they are not police officers. They just go buy a police uniform and wear it, and no fear of the charges of the police, and they get on the street. Let's lay that aside. Let's talk about the regulatory authority, the Liberia Health and Medicine Regulatory Authority. People will impersonate, they will go to see people selling medicine in a bucket, in a wheelbarrow. And they will come, they say they're arresting you. They'll ask you for your lesson and other things. There is no way there is no way an identified worker, a proper worker of the LMHRA will come and arrest someone selling drugs in a bucket and that person compromise it. No way. Because nobody's supposed to sell drugs in the bucket around. Nobody's supposed to sell drugs in wheelbarrow around. Nobody. Because most of the drugs they sell around are expired drugs. Some of them are very, very, very low substandard drugs. Sometimes they go to your drugstore and ask you for your document. They will ask you for your document. If even you provide all of your document, they will still find an excuse just to extort money from you. So when the people come, the first thing you ask them to identify themselves. The next thing you ask them to call their head. And in fact, some of them can even plan it because you will not be seeing the person you're talking to. They will implant it. So when they identify themselves and they ask you for all of your documents, don't place it in their hand. Don't put it in their hand. Don't put it in their hand. When they identify themselves, that's why most of the time when the proper people come to come do inspection, learn how to take their contact information. So that tomorrow, if another people comes back and say they can't do inspection, you'll be able to call them and find out. And also learn how to ask when will be the next inspection date or time. Because impersonators are so smart that they can do anything to win you. Let's talk about the people at the Commerce Ministry, the inspectors who goes around inspecting whether they are expired goods or not. The first thing you should get to know if they are real or not, they always put money benefit first because the art of impersonating, they want to extort money from people. They always put money benefit first. But the real inspector from the Commerce Ministry will not want to, compromise anything. They will not see goods that expire in November of last year. You still have it in your shop, and they go to see it and they want to compromise it. But an impersonator will compromise it because they want money. Sometimes they will close your shop. But be very wise and strong enough to make sure that you ask them, make sure to always ask them to identify themselves. Then you can use the information from their identity to follow up if they are real or not. The next people are the folks from the Liberia Revenue Authority. I've seen a case where I was sitting somewhere and this person came, they said they're from the Liberia Revenue Authority, and they came with an ID card that was fake. I've seen the identification card of an employee of the Liberia Revenue Authority. I see the features on the ID card and I see it and I know it. And the fellow went and put up an ID card that is fake, that is not even in the people system, that is not even qualified to be an ID card. And he said he came to collect tax. If the person can't pay, he'll lock the shop and carry the key. Are you kidding me? But that person was so lucky that day, some of us were around and we saved them. The first thing I told him to identify himself, when he put up the ID card, I noticed that the ID card was fake and I held the ID card in my hand. I said, you have any other thing that you can show to prove that you read it from the ARA? He want to pull up resistance. So I said, okay, your ID card is in my hand. I will not give it back to you. Call your colleagues from the ARA to come and say, there's a violation going on, so and so place. Call them, let them come. Let them come with a vehicle and come with their ID cards, and then we can take it from that direction. They can't call anybody. There were two. The other guy was a little bit afraid, but he was putting up resistance. The guy couldn't call anybody from the ARA. So the first question I asked, I said, who is the head for tax collection at the ARA? I said, I didn't know who the head is, but I was just trying to, play on him. He can't call any serious person and I said, my man, you lying. These things you guys are on is not good. You guys are passing around impersonating. Have the right now to call people here and grab you and take you over to the Liberia National Police. He wanted to pull a resistance. And that's what I did. We grabbed him. His friend escaped. His friend was going. His friend called him on the phone and said, my man, lead our people, let go. I heard it clear. That's why it even gave me the power to call my colleagues and other people that are around. We grabbed that guy and we turn him over to the Liberia National Police with his fake ID card. So, a lot of things happening in Liberia, my people. Most especially those of you that are involved into tax paying, those of you that are involved into business, those of you that are involved into the business of transportation, commercial drivers, commercial keke riders, commercial motorcyclists, you guys have to be very careful because There are people that are on the field every day and night exploiting people, stealing from people, all in the name of generating revenue for the government, all in the name of doing so. Now, the government will have a responsibility to carry on awareness as to what are those things that people need to see on their various inspectors or police officers to know that they are real or not. Because if you don't do these things, anybody will come up to just say, okay, yeah, I'm a police officer and just may arrest. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen. Like one time we were coming from Kakata, and one of our friends in the car with us fell ill, and we put the emergency alert on, and they have this police helper at the Carrisburg checkpoint, and the guy be then he can't open the gate unless all of us come down and he check in the car. So I asked him, I said, okay, I won't stop you from checking the car, but please introduce yourself to me. He can't introduce himself. I really want you helping the police. I got in the car. That was one of the days that I violated. I got in the car and hit the entire checkpoint and passed. Because I was a fool standing in front of me telling me, say, I'm helping the police and I want for. Are you kidding me? You see an emergency light on and we explain the situation to you that one of our colleagues is in the car is very ill and that's why we are rushing. And you say everybody should come down for you to inspect. You're not even a police officer. What happened to you? I got in the car, started the car, and hit everything at the checkpoint and passed. And I thought they were going to chase me. And I'm going to let them to know the reason I did it. Okay? So I don't know if you guys out there listening have experienced this, or maybe if you have not experienced it before, but I think I brought it to your attention today for you to get to know that this thing is real and people need to be smart. People need to be very, very careful with who they do business with, most especially those who call themselves inspectors on the field, police officers, and regulators as well. We need to be very, very smart. So let's go to the line and talk to some of our callers 0777 If you experience it, you can tell us, oh, yes, I experienced it. If you haven't experienced it and I brought this to your attention, this is something good for you. 0777 and 0887 111 107. 0777 and 0111 107. Let's talk to this caller. Hello, what's your name and where you call from?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
I'm Abraham Zin calling from Jakarta, Ria.
Okay, AB, welcome. Have you experienced what I just explained?
Yeah, I'm in the commercial business. I have a drugstore. The first time I opened the drugstore, 2016, as a garden, very early in the morning, yes, it's I arrived and I didn't do my but I don't really, because with the clinic, I'm not really having the, although my business already said that I'm not having the other to say I will call the final. The man, yes, in the rising, I thought it was my two money from me or from that day, but I said for them, they already the key here. So I asked them, what message for DA, what message for immigration, I said, but I immigration.
Okay.
So that program, that for this. Young already later on the left instead of going to the court or get warrant. I said, you go send out on your left. They even in the same community, men doing the same process business. So it's from other business. So men, the year all in real estate, what DA program do with pharmaceutical product? You see, the kind of people do and come out of town. You see that good they carry it. That
the whole thing. That whole thing there. So thank you, and I like the way you handle the situation. And if they keep coming back every time, do the same thing. Let's talk to this next caller. Hello. Hello. Okay, so we lost our caller there. So let's see if we can talk to this next person. Hello, what's your name?
Yeah, I'm bringing Gita.
Calling
from
EM.
I'm calling from Moses Black Community.
So clinic, right?
Yeah.
Have you experienced this thing before?
Oh, brother, can you tell for bringing all of topic or today? That thing I've been beating from inside.
Somebody beat you from it?
Yeah, police. They just arrest me, and we all know that. child left, but it was around 10:15. One guy who just came from the other just start blasting people going. That I was running behind one. The man arrest my bow. But when you say, oh, officer, why you arresting my? I said, the man beat me. You try to that button, they got them threw everything on me. Nothing play on me the whole day. So they say, I couldn't eat. And but I was too embarrassed with it, and I was engaged with my susu. I couldn't able to carry that complaint to police station. So I asked one journalist, the man said, yeah, you can carry that complaint to police station. You will not know the other man to come arrest you. When you want to tell the man to identify yourself, then the mean man officer, you will come stay in front of the man to arrest you, yeah. So the man and bring it back. So what you say? That how they can do it. So we don't really know how to put the other thing under control, sir. Because the men are too plenty, much better when it comes to real police.
Like I said, you asked them 3 questions. Number 1, identify themselves.
Hello?
Yeah, you getting me?
Yeah.
You should always ask them to identify themselves. If they call their name, if they call their name, let them show you an article in the bash as well.
There are many will join you, they start putting you. I'm telling you, I say the men not my hand go swallow.
Okay.
They can be so far, they come into your one. The moment I may arrest a bar and you won't ask him the verification, the man will just leave up out with you. They go by business, you see, then they join you, they start flocking you. That's how they can do it. And then they will carry the package, they say, bring 1 far. They save your life and say you are there until they will save your life probably like 11, 12, and they will be releasing your back when you are giving them the money. They took my susu money. They took everything from me down there. They made he got the money in hand. He did that 3,005 they want from them.
They can call their own amount they want.
So that it has to do that, brother. But they talk it on discussion, but thank you for taking some of to understand.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's talk to this next caller. Hello. What's your name?
Anthony.
Yeah. Welcome.
Hello.
Yeah, you are live on the radio.
Hello.
You are live. Welcome. I don't know what's up. I don't know what's happening. 0777907 is the number to call, and then 0887111107. Let's talk to this person. Hello. Hello.
Oh, you Anthony?
Yeah, you are live. I'm getting you live on the radio. You live. Go ahead.
Oh, probably. Anthony, we talk about police made to identify. You really think so?
Yeah.
I mean, we ask the proof for identity, they can get fair with you.
They can get fair with you for what?
Nobody knows, brother. I mean, yeah, tell her, you know, we're now. You're not in Canada, brother. Police may arrest your car or your motorbike here, identify. They make a get fair. We everywhere doing it. Forget it. That's going to the station you see. And the first thing the man will tell you, imitation. Because most of them don't get ID card.
I don't know what's happening. Let me see if I can make this adjustment quickly. I don't know what is happening here. The line is so coming in distorted. So I will take this short break. This is the talking point. When I come back, I'll continue to take your calls here on 0777 907 907 and then 0887 111 Let's take this short break, and we are going to be right back.
Places then they go represent up and they're supposed to come back when they get them form for them to come work in the district for us to see it. See, they make a swing a record thing for the country to be developed because some of them they can take the money, they can develop their communities, even government or they say so they can do in the district. That is the next minute open. That 24,000 again to go brave. When you put that minute, they can use that money in a very district that they in. They themselves they call rough. Then they want development in the country. For me, I regretting that people are therefore are regretting today. Let me be frank with God. The country is very, very hard right now. I feel very disappointed in the House of Representatives when it comes to removal of Speaker Kufa. Number one, the people bring so many reasons that they want for Speaker Kufa to be removed. For me, I think before you go in any election, you have to ask somebody for their view. A view was proper before them, and which a local Speaker Kufa character, according to them, they elect a man. And the man even go quite 10 more for it, they try to remove the man. For me, I'm disappointed in a lawmaker that against Speaker Kufa.
One of the biggest problems we have as a country and people, whether it is church, whether it is civil society, whether it is especially government, the entire country lacks discipline. Indiscipline is a big problem in our country. And if you want to see, and that's why we're probably not going anywhere. If you want to see Liberia's problem, you can visualize Liberia's problem right from a high-rise building and look at the traffic. You look down from a high-rise building, you see the vehicular traffic, the human traffic, people pedestrians, people passing, moving up and down. Or look at the car, the vehicular traffic. The same thing that can cause the traffic to particular spots every day will do the same thing every day. Indiscipline, lack of patience. Nobody wants to respect the system or the law.
One of the things that we haven't done well in this country, and I include myself in my administration, is to give proper quality education to our youth. Because if they did, they would be able to compete not only in jobs in the private sector, but in jobs others. And our education system has always been not at the full level that's required to make our young people competitive globally, but it also deteriorated some of the past few years.
For me, it's something that is very good. And then for our students, they have always yearned for such an opportunity. When you look at the students who have passion in journalism, and some of them who are developing passion. So when we talk about this workshop, and they want to gather more insight about what journalism is all about. So I think what Blaze Evan is doing is something that we must applaud them for, because they'll be bringing students, to light, and there are a lot of things that will be exposed about each of these students. So we must say what's up to Blaze Evan for such a great opportunity.
To remove a speaker, it takes 49 votes and a resolution of members of the House. Honorable Tyler resigned, Honorable Snow resigned. That is the political aspect of it. In order for you to get to the removal of a speaker, there are two cardinal things you have to do. You have to do a legal part and then a political part. The legal part is the procedure that you get to making a political decision, which is the decision to remove. And all along the way, our courts have said procedures must be respected.
On the issue of the rate, yeah, there's a general comment in the government is also not rate, but price. The government is focusing on that. We've spoken to the Ministry of Commerce. We've also spoken to the Minister of Transport. But the truth is, and I was in a long conversation with the finance minister this morning before coming here. A few things to say. A few things are happening with the change rate issue. Around this period, it is always normal that we.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to it. All is set now. You can keep placing your calls to 0777 907 907 and 0887 111 107. You'll be live on this broadcast this afternoon with your contribution on our topic on our discussion tonight. This evening here on Blaze FM, because we're talking about people who go about impersonating police officers, LRA inspectors, and so many other people, including the regulators, those who carry on inspection of drugs, life-saving drugs, and also those who carry on tax collection, and so many other people. We are discussing them today who always carry on impersonation. Let's talk to this person. Hello.
Hello, my brother.
Welcome. What's your name?
I'm Sammy Radio.
Okay.
Calling you from Tingle Village here.
Okay, Samuel. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. Man, I got serious problem with people at the depot on the airfield there. They killed one of my sons, but I don't want to flag it yet. But it doesn't mean it's my weakness. The ball was in the cell, according to them, he hang himself. But all the bruise on the ball field, half of his team moved on his mouth, his right hand broken, and everything. Up to now, when I saw, they said they were going to give me the autopsy report. They never gave it to me. And I wrote the IG Very common. From when he told me first, that one made me go down. I went down. I kept silent because he told me something that he was going to do, and he did some, but for the child that the boy left behind the children, he won't get nothing for it. So I wrote him, and the letter keep delaying. So I just warned him that between Tuesday, I will go to all the media. Every media will go there now to expose it. International and national radio, I will expose it.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are not actually discussing that, but since you already decided to do it, we'll be waiting for you. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. 077-907-907 and 077-907-907 and 0887. Yeah. 111-107. This person, hello? Hello?
Chief. Yeah, how you doing, Chief?
I'm fine. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is David P. I call from Twara.
David Pay, you call from Douala.
Yes.
Okay, let's hear you, David.
My Chief, the biggest important is that the police.
The
But for
biggest
our,
impersonators are the police.
the police.
Why you
Let
say
me
so?
tell you something.
Yeah.
For our side,
Yeah.
the police and I will get here. Again, the fact that they do the traveling, what they do,
No.
they recruit small, they beginning from the community, they call and how they say police.
Yeah.
The beginning will be on the street there, packing people, children, buying keke. Then in the beginning, say when you pack 5 keke, you will take 2, then 3 for me. While they sitting down in Lagos, start drinking.
How did you get that information? What is your source of information of
That
what you're
where
saying?
I there that play where I can be almost every day.
Okay.
You ain't telling this?
Yeah.
Go around the Quarry Junction. From there, if you leave from the Quarry Junction, go to the beer factory.
I know beer factory.
Yeah.
They have another
That red,
checkpoint. They have another checkpoint right to beer factory there.
yes. Just go there. In fact, the one I can me first. The minute say right in front of on the road drinking liquor, then people smoking drugs behind it, right behind it.
So, but are they real police officers that you know? You think so?
I said the men are being at university and drinking liquor. Then why they children that they recruit from on the street, they call them
Police aid.
police aid. The police go children when the children go to them, they can't call them. The people they beat the go children when you tell them the man when you hold says back, then they take full, you get a police aid too. That's why they on you. The only thing why they don't be able to really want to maybe when they add the power wow because you living problem when you power car wow you pass go children.
Okay, so thank you so much for that information. We'll try to follow up on it. Let's talk to this next person. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome. What's your name?
Thank you for having me. I'm Jerry Kwan.
Mr. Kwan, of the 4 instances I just mentioned, have you experienced any?
Sure. I really want to talk about the police. What is the police are red light? No police are red light, my brother. They are suffering with the motorcyclists.
Are you a motorcyclist?
Yes, I am a cyclist.
Okay.
That's every day. The people there immediately when they are saying 10 o'clock, no matter what you be your son. Before 10 o'clock, it's arresting your back. They only deploy in the evening straight. Some of them are dead, they are not police. They are not police. They only, some national police give them the opportunity to wear the uniform to arrest people back.
It's not even supposed to be like that. It's not even supposed to be like that.
My brother, that general police station, thank you for the topic, but that police station will burn it. We all rally together. We eat no more.
Wait.
I'm telling you seriously. I'm telling you seriously.
No, I don't think it will be necessary for you to burn the police station because the police station is there for everybody. The only thing you can do is you can avoid the guards from arresting your back. You pull up resistance that they should not arrest your back, but it will not be necessary that you go and burn the police station. They got prisoners in prison at the police station. So if you burn the police station, they may not be able to get out.
Please, just listen to me for a minute.
Yeah.
The only
Hello?
All the bag that they have.
Hello? Your line is coming in broken. Just change your location a little bit.
Okay, I mean, you getting me now?
Yeah. Let's hear you.
Okay. There's a police aid. Actually, they're not working. They only there. They give them opportunity to get in the power.
Mhm.
Oh my man, I'm going to best work for me. Be here. They only there. They pack back. Then from there, the real police they got share in the money. It has 8,000 they give them. The pound when they take it. Now how they working? The real police don't work at night than that. So they eat. Just take just one night. You will explain why I'm saying, my brother, we are tired of this.
Okay.
So thank you
So
for
so
this stuff.
hello. You know what I want you to do for me? You know what I want you to do for me? You there?
I listen to you.
Okay. So saying you say you are many, I just want maybe you can talk to your leader, the person that will be heading you can talk to them. We'll give you free airtime on the radio. You can come, you talk about it, and send a serious warning to the police director and the government that they should advise the police officers assigned at red light to stop
Mm.
their aid from harassing you guys instead of taking law into your hands to go and burn the police station. All right?
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you so much. And so the time is 3 minutes up to 5 o'clock. We'll take one more call. After that one call, we will be playing host to Mr. Eddie Jawolo. And Mr. Jawolo institution has released a 2024 report. And let's talk to this person. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Welcome. What's your name?
I'm T-Mac and I call you from around Dukuru Junction.
Okay. Welcome. Let's hear you.
The police, I don't understand the police at red light. They really a very, deployable condition. And the one that can hurt me, they can be there arresting back. But then Pastor Brown, who does not have church in Liberia, you go on the island where people are supposed to walk. Then he blocked the place for people to get on the car and I plan the day I stay in red light. Can hear somebody. Maybe they will take me to be president man because I get my own my things there on me anytime I go out. And the police man that will go there will harm me. Because they will allow the man to be at the place that then they are arresting back. Some of them they are not police. So I think the government showing their corruption. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Let me give this person the benefit of the doubt. Just squeeze them in while I'm trying to get to the executive director of Nembo Partners who have released their 2024 report. Let me talk to this person. Hello.
Yeah, hello. See, we're talking about mini finish.
Okay, so just go ahead quickly.
Yeah. I still following the program. That thing I meant talking about the men can reassure people. The men in really there, they're not police job they're doing. So please, I don't really know how to even get to them because all the common thing they can be talking the men and not listening to it. Now when we say the men, we should ask them to identify that the men can't do it. They can join you, they start fighting you. The way that guy was talking, the whole far motorball, they say, all I want that your own there. That's how they can do it. You see? That's how those men can do it. The men beat me. I say, I'm not for it because my brother told me when police arrest me, I should be funny. That man beat me. I'm 31 years old. I stand there, they flog me the way they wanted to flog me. You see it? And I was there after my back.
Okay. All right.
So
that's why I said we'll see how to do some investigation. We're going to do some investigation as to your claims, but we don't want people taking the law into their hands. Okay, that's why I give them free airtime to come and express their frustration over what's happening to them in the red light market.
People too much, brother. I know the men are expecting us to go beat so go. The same thing, they think and make it say, I'm telling you, when I see police, I ain't say them say. I see them say, I ain't even say them. I can pack you get money in your hands, I can say you. You see the type of mind and people getting for human being in the country here.
Okay.
And that's all to beat that.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right.
Okay, so this is it. It's right here on Blaze FM 90.7 here on this radio, and the program is The Talking Point. And we will take a break. When we come back, we'll bring in Mr. Eddie Jawolo, who is the executive director of NEMBO, Partners for Democratic Development. They have us, released their report for the year 2024, the performance report for the year 2024, and it said this Unity Party government have completed 4% of their promises made during the 2023 general elections in this country. So how did he come about that? Report, how is it being conducted? What are those pillars that they use to conclude with that report and come up with the percentage we want to know from him? We're going to take this break again. And so while we are anticipating his call, because he'll be appearing via mobile phone, while we are anticipating his call, I'm going to be reading some of their reports here on Blaze FM, the report they just released. I'll be reading some of the reports here. So it says here, NEMO Partners for Democratic Development is pleased to present. Okay, let's see if we can get um, okay, so we now have Mr. Jawolo on the line. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Welcome to Blaze FM, and it's a pleasure having you on our platform today.
Thank you so much. My first time.
Yeah. Okay. So, your institution, NEMO Partners for Democratic Development, released its report for 2024 as per the government performance. And we got to understand that in your report, you made us to understand that the government has they have completed 4% of their promises made to the Liberian people during the Liberian presidential elections in 2023. You want to firstly tell us how is your report is being conducted and how did you come up with the percentage?
So actually, the report started in 2018 when President we were in power.
Okay.
This is what they call the President Meter Project, and basically to strengthen the social contract between the citizens and the people who contest for election and make all the promises.
Okay.
Like our country is more than 170 some more years old.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, when we go to election, there are a lot of promises made by politicians. So we thought in 2016 that we start to remind the leaders on what is it they promise to do. So that's how we started to track the promises. We don't track the promise on who they want candidate because we don't know who's going to win.
Okay.
So we try to see the top 3 or 4 candidates. We go after them when they are going for rally, printing t-shirt, playing music, routing people to go in the field. We try to listen to the candidate to see what they're doing. So we have a whole team that has been set up at NICO. So through our president, we are regime with track. So again, when we went to 2023 election, we turned to start that, and President Boaga won the election. So that we start to release report on those promises today. So over the past 1 year, we have tracked 126 promises. These promises came from the party manifestos,
The,
their rest
the
agenda.
126 promises were made during the campaign period, right?
Doing it after the campaign period.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, so we'll track doing it after campaign period. So first of all, we look at the party manifestos. We take promises from the manifesto, we take promises from campaign rally, policy statement, even the state of the nation interest. Whatever the president made promise or make commitment, we track it. So out of the 126 is from January to December. And that was basically looking at what action taken towards the promises they made. Now you realize that 5 promises completed out of 126, making it 4%. But you get 80 promises ongoing. It means that they are all of the 80 promises, there have been some action taken towards the 80 promises, which constitute like 64%. And there are other promises out there that we don't have no record. We can't locate any action taken. Just say now started or narrator. So basically, why are we doing this? It's just to help the government to succeed. Because when you go to election and make all the promises and the people trust you and vote for you, it's just fair that you deliver all those things you say you're going to do. And in that way, it will promote citizen trust in the government. It will improve performance in the government. And this is what we're doing. So, yeah, basically, that's the report we released. And happy with the feedback from citizens. People are calling from around different countries. Appreciating the report. People have some concern that we try to respond to. I was just on alternative radio from Lofa. Right after that, I had to come to your program. But thank you for the opportunity given us to speak to our citizens.
Okay, so how does this report impact the ordinary Liberians?
It impacted because let me tell you, when we released the first report in August,
yeah,
a lot of people in the government were angry with us. They were accusing us of doing this. So what we actually do is that we read the different ministry agencies. We wrote 34 ministries, agencies, and commission to give us update about what they're doing. I tell you, most of the ministry agencies, like 14 of them, responded. And they responded in a way that everybody want to get good grade. Nobody want us to mention that ministry to say that they are not implementing. Some of the ministry will say, can you get feedback in 2 weeks time? In 2 weeks time, some of them will tell them, can you just give me 2 more days? I try to verify. So we see that the government is trying to make sure that those things they say that we report it on, they deliver on it. And if you see the report and compare to the State of the Nation address, you also realize that most of what we capture were highlighted in the State of the Nation address. So I can say gradually the government is trying to do some work around education, what they're doing, chair donation, even the MCSS. They're donating chairs. The women, there's a program where the gender ministry giving loan to women. If you check the youth and sports, so young people who are already conducting in training. So gradually, it's a process, and gradually, if we continue there, I'm sure that a lot of citizens will benefit.
Okay.
We look at the road network. We look at job creation, agriculture. A lot of promises are ongoing there.
Let me just name page 1 of your investigation. That is what you are tracing. Page 1 talks about the macroeconomic stability and infrastructure development, which has the total of 58 promises that were identified by you. Yeah,
72.
72, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 72. So you got from page 1 all the way to page 6.
Yes.
So each of these pillars talks about different promises made by this government. So
yes, sir.
Can you kindly explain to us, pillar 1, how do you go about reaching out to get the promises made, whether they are working or not? Pillar 2, how is it working? Can you just better explain that to us?
So each of the pillar fall under a particular ministry agency. So if you see pillar 1,
yeah,
it carries a lot of promises. It has 72 promises.
Yeah.
And in a particular pillar, that where you see a lot of work around or agriculture, you see a lot of work around road construction, you see a lot of work around financial management, natural resource, job creation,
natural resource management.
Yeah, job creation,
information, communication technology,
Yeah.
ICT.
So in a particular sector, we reach up to the agriculture minister, for example, and say, how they call it, 14 promises were made under the particular pillar. Can you just give us all the what you have done? We already have information, but we want to make sure that we validate what the government is doing.
Okay.
They will give us information. They get the information, we realize that all the promises, 1 completed, 11 ongoing, 2 are not started. So that's how we get the information. We monitor the radio, we monitor newspaper, we monitor Facebook, we write them for report, they get the report, go on the feed, we check to make sure that all these things are happening. We try our best to make sure that it is most scientific and it can be proven, because one mistake will be challenged. So we consult. We consult a lot with people within the system. So all the different sectors like job creation, we go to the finance ministry, we go to different ministry to give us infrastructure development. We go to public work, or even the contract the budget, everything that they had to do in the share, everything. Also, that's how we're working. That's how we're culture and tourism. We're getting all the different promises. We go to them. Environmental climate change, what with EPA. Just how we do it. We reach out to all the responsible institutions. Whatever the case, also make sure that we part of our validate. We go. We are interview. We're in a different programs.
Okay, so you have from pillar 1 to pillar 6, and
Yeah.
all of the pillars have their own promises, and like you
Yes.
said, institution that they run under.
Are responsible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
responsible. So how
Yeah.
did you derive at 4% performance or promises being completed?
When you check from pillar 1 to pillar 6,
Yeah,
and go to where they get completed,
yeah.
you realize that only five promises completed.
Okay,
If
5.
you do the math to get a percentage, 5 out of 26, 126, you get 4%. That's how we do it. So if you see that even every sector, under sector 1, under pillar 1, we also have a number of promises completed through the analysis. So it's a combination of the 126 promises. If 5 promises completed there, it gave you 4%. Then you come to ongoing. If you look at all the 6 below, 80 promises are ongoing. If you do the math, it's around 63.5%. That's how we do it.
Okay, so as per your institution, can you tell us what are some of those promises that were completed, and I mean that fall under the 4%?
So you look at the Ministry of Agriculture, they had a promise to develop a national agriculture plan.
Yeah.
That plan has been developed and been launched. If you go to the metrics, we have everything at the metrics. If you go to the issue of youth, how do you call it, the youth area, you see that the government promised to train 10,000 person. The 10,000 person have been trained. So just like that, if you go to everything, you better get it. If you go to the fight against corruption, you realize that. Let me check. Yeah, so it's a long document, and I just came up.
Yeah.
But they're on the pillar. If you read the pillar, you better get all the information and the indicator that have been completed.
What's about the issue of rule of law?
If you check the rule of law, you see
The rule of law, the pillar have, I mean, it has 7 promises, emphasizing foreign relations, 1 promise, security, 1 promise, rule of law, 1 promise, accountability, 2 promises, governance and transparency, 2 promises, and reconciliation, 1 promise. Has there been any progress in that?
Yeah, if you check on pillar 4
Yeah,
or
pillar 4.
pillar 4, yeah, you see that 2 promises completed.
Okay.
And the 2 promises are completed, governance and transparency, they come again governance. But in particular, it's under the Ministry of Finance.
All right.
So you see that they have what they call e-commerce, e-procurement system been set up. Then you also know that the travel ordinance have been worked up. I mean, it's a long document, but if you see the document, you see that Ministry of Finance has completed 2 promises under that particular areas, which is 15 promises, all the 15, 2 completed, 8 ongoing.
Pillar 5, I'm hitting on all of the pillars little by little to get a better understanding.
It's
a long report anyway, but just to digest it little by little. So the pillar 5, which talk about gender, youth, children, and social protection, with 8 promises, were tracked and documented and focus on gender, 1 promise, social protection, 2 promises, and youth empowerment, 5 promises. Is any of the promises being touched and completed?
Yes, the training of the 1,000 training, the training of 1,000 person. The 10,000, yeah.
That is the youth empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now we will come back to this thing. How do you do your check? Because you told us that during the campaign promises, the promises they made and the State of the Nation address, you also capture that. You listen to radio, you read newspapers, and go to Facebook Live. So, how is all of the information you just mentioned, Jenna? How does it help you? In which way does it help you to get your information about the report that you put up? For example, this year, 2025, there isn't any campaign going on, but there was a State of the Nation address being held quite recently last month. How do you get information from that?
So this report highlighted the State of the Nation in 2024. Because this 2024 report we did not capture from January 2025.
Oh,
We
okay.
captured from January 2024 to December 2024. So the State of the Nation address in 2024 is for capture.
Okay.
When the president had a program at the Bomi County Community College, he spoke there. When you're speaking, he made promises. So everywhere the president go, we have our team in the office that track every information from the president. When they're having a program about the 60 year celebration of Nima, Bon, Grand Jide, and Lofa, the president made a lot of promises. We track everything. So that we have a whole team set up. After tracking that, and we'll put it to a metric and be tracking, and the government taking any action on this. And the government taking, so we do research, we do Google Alike, we follow the social media page, we follow different newspaper, we write the ministry to see what any action taken. Whenever the government say this about it, we have to verify to make sure that truly say before we can take it as complete and ongoing. When whatever we get is not satisfactory, we check, we don't get nothing. We can say not rated because we don't have sufficient information to say that this project is ongoing. And I always tell the people in the government, if you say that we wrote something and it's not true, challenge us on that. We want you to challenge us so that we can be able to do the right thing. We are rating, like I said, 34 organizations, including the institution, including the president's office. And I can tell you one time, the office of the president wrote and said, we can't remember the president making a promise. Luckily for all, we had all the videos.
Okay.
From campaign time to press statement, everything. So we downloaded the video, send it to the president's office on WhatsApp. And they never respond again. But we try our best to make sure that we take that whole month, checking, make sure that what we say is actually true. If we don't have no information, we say there's no information.
Do you
Because
also
this,
do you also track the president foreign travels as well?
no, we do mostly
internal
domestic. And one of the issues we see that is that the president they focus more on Facebook Live, and so that Facebook Live it's not too much guaranteed source for us because it could be deleted, it could be removed.
Yeah.
Because we don't want to come up with something and say no. So we prefer a press statement, we prefer radio interview.
Yeah.
We can keep. We prefer newspaper articles, and website reports. So that's the problem. So when the president comes from all of the country, there are no press statement issue. There's nothing. So we expect that the Ministry of Information will be able to issue a press statement that can be published in the paper that we can be able to quote. Because we need to quote the president. We're not going after just editing everything. We are tracking the president. And we are tracking. So, for example, recently the president distributed cars, right, to all the 17
of the 15 counties, yeah.
15 counties. But without a promise. If that were not a promise, we can't capture it. Because I want to say the president, we want to see where the president said, I will donate or I will give card to all the superintendents. We are not seeing that as a promise.
Okay.
So for us, it's a gift. We want to see the president say, I will do this.
Because I was just about to ask as to whether because you sometimes you have to think the other way around. So it means that if the president come out and just say the students or all of the students in Liberia, I mean the high school students in Liberia, they will not pay school fees again, they will not pay WIAC fees. I'm going to pay for all. You track that.
That's a promise.
But if the president just said, today, I'm paying for all 12th grade WIAC fee, I'm paying for all 12th grade school fees on the spot, you won't track it?
No, that's not promise.
Okay.
So that's where sometimes our friends in the government can say, the government is doing plenty things, but we can't see a reporting on it because the government is not open. Most of what they say is undercover. So we have to capture the promise and say, the president made a promise at this particular place, at this particular date, at this particular time. If you see the report, that's what we do. So we got to make sure that it was in Thomas Bread, it was in the executive mansion. We got to make sure we have a source on it to make it look like a promise.
Okay.
Like
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So right now the president they just launched the arrest agenda for inclusive development, what they call it EAD.
Yeah.
We are also started to track that. We realized that 373 targets who got promises are already in that document.
Wow.
So we're going to start tracking that.
Okay.
Because it's a document that he launched it to 11 people. So whatever there is something that he has said, I will do. He launched it here, he launched it in Buchanan. So we hold him accountable for those promises.
Talking about the government, how is the government responding or reacting to this report since it was launched?
The first time we released the report, like we started with the 100 days. The government, some people in the government, including official for the Ministry of Finance and Information, they came and attack us. So again, we released a midterm report. They were attacking us, but they getting to understand that the same people that are attacking us were the people that were pressing on during your weird time. We're not just starting this. We started it during weird time.
Yeah, I know.
The Unity Party people were celebrating or they were clapping for us. And luckily for us, some of the posts they used to do, yeah, was support when you attack us, we can tell us post, we pull it by all the remind you. But then we say, look, let's move one step forward. Let's write them. Let's engage them. We start writing them. So as we write, whatever you send us, we verify. But we say we came up with this, we're not seeing any attack on us. So one of the things that we improve on, that we not do much of during President Weata, is that we expand our engagement with all the different ministry agencies. During President Weata, we wrote President Weata and said, look, this is what we're doing. We're doing it so you can be able to be reminded of what you want to do. President Weata set up a meeting with us. So unfortunately, a meeting did not even want to the office. We many times we wrote some we wrote few ministry, nobody responded to us. But the government, they are responding because they know that the report, it would some way negatively or positively impact them because public perception is very strong. So they are now reporting to us. The Ministry of Finance, the different president office, all of them reaching out to us. So it's good, and it's good for the country, not basically for us. But it's good that people in the country can know that the government promised to do this and the government is doing it. And the media coverage have been very high, citizen interest have been very high. So the government see that as the opportunity to say, look, let's make sure that we can cooperate so that this thing can work for the betterment of our country.
Looking at 4%, one may say that is a very low percentage for a government in the period of 1 year after making a lot of promises. Do you think the 4% is quite encouraging as per your institution concerned?
The 4% is very low. I think the ongoing is encouraging because in 1 year time when you have 63.5% in 1 year is encouraging. But the reason why most of the promises are not completed is they are unrealistic. They are not quantified. So if you come here and say I will improve healthcare, I will strengthen women political participation, I will strengthen youth this. Those type of promises very difficult to end. If you say I will train 10 teachers, I will train 10 nurses, I will build one clinic, I will do 10 hand pumps, those are promises that is quantified and can be rated as completed. So you see that most of what the government is almost like objective or in the form of statement. So whatever we do, whatever contribution you make for increasing is that you are taking action to increase, but it has not been completed. That's what makes the promises very difficult in terms of completion.
Okay, so now let me just hold you a little bit, folks. If you're just joining us, welcome. This is Blaze FM 90.7, and today we're having as our guest Mr. Eddie Jawolo. He is the executive director for Nemo Partners for Democratic Development in Liberia, and we are discussing his institution report of the government. That assess the government has scored 4% in their yearly performance for the year 2024. And so we are discussing that. Mr. Jawolo, carry on such initiative, making sure that the citizens are aware of their government performance require a lot. It requires time, it requires funding, it requires strong and energetic people. You want to tell me how are you doing this?
One of the things that really helped me all to go forward is my level of experience, 23 years as a civil society, my study, I got my master in public sector management, and my passion for the country. And many times when a report come up, people attack me, I got arrested during President Weah time, only to remind them about what you promised the Liberian people. I bet you if President Weah could work with us, the recommendation we're giving, the thing we're trying to do, because whenever we come with a report, we make recommendation. President Weah should have them, she could just win election. But they saw me as an enemy, they saw me as opposition. And when the government came out again, they started the same thing. Later on, apparently some of my advisors say, they're listening. They are listening. If everything they promise to do, even when they do 50%, it will be good for the country and people will be happy with what the government is doing. Whenever the Republican, when if you're the government, The people say I'm bored. The government are giving me money. When they report against the government, the opposition
the government say you against them.
are against that, working for the opposition. So I put myself in the middle. And when now I'm releasing a report, some of my staff will be afraid to come to work. Some of the parents will call us, be careful,
Yeah.
But all we're doing, and I always say to the government, if he says something or I wrote something that is not true, challenge me on it. Say that lie. And if I get proof it, I will say sorry. I'm not doing it to say I'm a police officer on the government. The president is speaking at all of us.
Mm-hmm.
If the president says something and do it, like President Weah said, free tuition. Today, every Liberian, whether you're citizen or not, you benefiting. When President Weah talking about building the two community rule, our promise, he build it will benefit. President Weah talking about building 14 military hospital today. It's not sedition. So it's only for the country to be better. That's all. But it's a more difficult job to do.
And this is something that when the president, this is it. When the president made these promises and they fulfilled them, it benefit everybody, including even your very self, Mr. Jawolo.
Yes, everybody. Let me tell you one time, during President Weah,
yeah,
he went to a village, he went to play in Grand Chile County, and promised a lady who just graduated from high school, who introducing, and he got so impressed with the girl, smart and everything. He promised that he want to sponsor the girl to university. And that district was fencing with the district. And every time we went to go check, the family would say, the president done nothing. He can't even call us. He can't even reach out to us. We try to reach the president, we can't get the president. And no, other than the president, you can't just call the president to get the president.
Yeah, exactly.
We keep doing that, and when we started reporting on it, I think the representative helped to gather all of the country. The last time we released our phobia report on President Weah, the girl was in India going to school. But somebody else had to sponsor her because they were embarrassing for the president. Sometimes the president will say something, he will forget.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the president will go somewhere, he's talking, the people around him will even forget. Like the promise I would took, and we'll send it to the office, say, I can't remember. We'll send a video, it was clear that he said it. That was talking about Bombay County, where they get it. There's a place, iron ore area in Bombay County, where you want to tend to or industrial or development part.
Yeah.
He said it, but he will forget. People that go around the president don't take notes. They go to the president, speak, they cry and leave. They came a time when President Weah in power. In President Weah 10 years, President Weah taking action on 50% of the thing where he promised to do Liberian people. But you know what he did? President Weah went for the country tour. He was just speaking. He was just promising.
Making more promises.
Anybody asking questions, he said, I will do it. We catch all the promises. The promises went to almost 290 some more. At the end of the year, at the end of President Weah tenure, he only completed 24, which constituted around less than 10%. If you want to help the president and you travel with him, you got to take notes and remind him. Because for us, we track everything. There's a software that you can just pull President Joseph Parker, and whenever you say anything, it will give you a like. It will inform you about what the president says. So the word it's a technology. The word is teaching.
So people, what is your source of funding that is helping you to do this work? Because this is not an easy task and it requires a lot. What is your source of income?
We're currently implementing this. We're doing it with OSIWA, the Open Society Initiative of West Africa, but they close the Live Liberia. We got a 3-year grant from the Amazon Street, but it will be any August. And we really want to make sure that we can get support to continue with it, because I tell you, with the way the president has started and the government responding, they will just leave it and they just sit down. More Liberians will be frustrated that the president is doing nothing. I tell you right now, with the president, the suspension, it's not just because the president wants to wait. It's because the pressure from the reports we gave him, whether it's NEMO, whether it's different organizations, we're demanding the president to do it. It's on the radio, the media discussing it, you discussing it, the other people discussing it. And there's no way you can hide this stuff. And no way you can say, I will not hear anything. So based on the demand, the government is working. So, and we just hope that we can continue doing this so that the president listen to us and implement these promises and make the country better for all of us.
Okay, so I'm going to hold you there now. You can just tune in. Maybe you in your car or in your office, you can just tune into 90.7 for you to be able to listen to the callers and their views and their concern as to this report, because this is something that everywhere, and it took me almost 3 days to get your contact because I was just asking, and the last person I took the contact from was Joseph Daniels from OKFM. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, so this report has it is something in Liberia that we term as wildfire because
Yeah.
because everybody, including the opposition and even the ruling party members, are kind of concerned about this report because they only seeing the figure 4%. So they feel that
Yeah.
nothing is happening at all. That's why the
Yes.
government only got 4%. But thank you for so you were just listening, you're just tuning in, listen. Let me take the view of the callers, okay?
Okay.
Okay, folks, you hear it for yourself. That's the executive director of Nemo Partners for Democratic Development in Liberia, and their report has been released. And they gave the government 4% performance rate as per the promises made during and after the presidential elections in 2023. And so you heard it for yourself. He said the track promises made from the State of the Nation address when he go to give speeches around, and everywhere they invite him. And one thing I wanted to know, and he's answered that, is the fact that when the president traveled, they don't track what he said, OSA. They only look at what he said in Liberia. So let's go to the line and talk to our callers, 0777 907 907. What do you make of the report of this government first year in office? They got 4%. What do you make of that? 0777 907 907 and 0887 111 107. Those of you watching via YouTube, the number is on the screen, and also on Facebook, the number is also on the screen. You can just call us from any part of the world and be live on the program. Hello, caller. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, good evening. My dear brother, Matt, how are you?
I'm fine. Mark Joey?
No. I'm Lawrence Spencer and I'm in Johnsonville.
Okay, Lawrence, welcome. My name is Anthony. Let's hear you.
Okay. Thank you, Anthony. So, let me say good afternoon, good evening to Mr. Jaulo.
Yeah.
Look, I'm proud of this young Liberian brother. He's been doing extremely well. In bringing some level of cautiousness. For me, I would not say tension, right? I would say cautiousness to our governance sector.
Yeah.
And look, the reason for me, I applaud people like Mr. Jaulo and his team for the work they do is because when, for example, you will notice that more people who see this government or who support this government, they will want to disagree with him only because they support the government. Today, some of the persons you will also notice agreeing with this percentage 100%.
Yeah.
They will not be doing it from an analytical perspective. They will be doing it because they think they are opposition to the government. And they were the very people yesterday disagreeing with Mr. Jalo. So Mr. Jalo and, for example, the level of you in the media in his space. Today, when you're praising the government, you see the government people cherishing you. Okay, when you try to put the government feet to the fire, they say, "Oh, man, that's credible, man." So I quite basically to commend him because if you listen to what he said, it's very explicit, and the percentage is not just a blanket percentage to say that what he said. Yeah, woke up and say, yeah, the government so it is 4%. The analysis are done based on sectoral performance in the government.
Exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So people will only come sometimes to talk down on the report because, like I said, they feel they support the government, and those who want to praising the report, I mean, they feel they are doing it because they are opposition to the government. No, but for me, I want us to look at it like the way Mr. Jawle and team normally, I mean, engage themselves with the work. Where they go and look at it sectorally, how the Ministry of Agriculture is doing, for example, in the government. What the president says, I mean, as it relates to accountability and the fight against corruption. So if you look at it that way, you will have the fair appreciation of the way Mr. Jawle and team continue to do for our country. But again, to drive your line, I want to say, Mr. Jawle, I want to encourage you. This is Liberia. Sometimes when these reports come out, you hear people making all kinds of statements. I mean, you are not new to this. I think Namo Bear around, send the early days, I scared to be corrected every several things. Namo begin to do active work. We've been following you. And some of us, we appreciate you. That's why we have our political side. But we appreciate it what you do for our country. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much. The next caller, hello. Hello, you are live on the radio. What's your name?
James Stewart, my name, call from GSA.
You have to be much audible, brother. You are live on the
James
radio.
Stewart, call from GSA.
Okay, Mr. David, let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to know the report between Unity Party first year and CDC per year.
You want to know the if you want to know the difference between the CDC first
Yeah,
year in office their report and the United Party first
yes,
year in office report, right?
yes.
Okay, thank you, thank you. He's listening. He will respond to you. 077-907-907 and 088-711-107 is the number to call and be live on the program. The roundtable here on Blaze FM 90.7. Like Eddie was saying, this thing is not something that they just wake up and just do. This is something they track for long. This caller, hello? Hello? Okay, the person is off the line. 077-907-907 and 088-711-107. So, like I was saying, he said they track every occasion the president goes to and whatsoever he will say at that occasion. If you made a promise, they will track it. They don't just, track everything the president will say. They target promises the president will make at any occasion he goes to. Okay, so let's hear from you. The report is already out now. What do you make of the report from Nemo Partners for Development? They already giving the government 4% performance rate for the first year in power, as per the promises made during the 2023 general elections campaign and currently. Hello,
Yes, hello.
hello, welcome. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Jacob Dees. I'm calling from Painesville.
Okay, Jacob. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I want to commend Mr. Nembo,
Mr. Jawolo.
Mr. Jawo.
Yeah.
Sorry. We want this to be transparent, and I see some transparency within his report.
Okay.
But like the caller who just called previously that said he want to know the report between George Weah Preston and President Barack Preston.
Yeah.
These are analysis that will help to make people to follow the show too as well. Because like he said,
That's why I said. That's
like,
why I told the caller that Mr. Jawolo is listening and he's going to respond to his concern.
yeah. What I'm trying to say, the input I'm trying to make is that
Yeah.
the issue that when you try to compare the past and the present year, it make people to follow the show as well, and it also make us to give our input and know who are also scoring great. It's not an issue of scoring, but what we want is the betterment of our country and the betterment of our lives, right?
Yeah.
Because for some of us now, we are already in our future, but we talk about the future of our children and our unborn generation to come. When you see other countries, they are booming because they are scoring marks and their presidents are working. But what he's doing is actually good, even if that will cost $1 rally, right? For patriotic citizens of Liberia to support this process when it is not political, right?
Yeah.
We will support it and then we will be there. Some of us, like the column said, we got our political differences and sad, but our country, Liberia, comes first, and we should always put Liberia first. I want to say thank you again for the show, and I will continue following this show too as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. 077-907-907. Thank you all so much, caller. That's a brilliant one there because the man said the contract with the current people, the got contract. I mean, the Swedish people will be in I think July or August. Let's call her on the Lone Star line. Hello,
Hello.
hello. You are live. What's your name and where you call from?
Yeah, Lawrence M. Cunningham calling from Johnsonville.
Okay, Lawrence. Let's hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, for this government, I will create a government because I put out the government for them to do good things for us. In my county, Bronx County, I have 3 major roads that the government, they own it for now.
Okay. So in so doing, what do you want to do?
Yeah, I want for the government to continue because I voted for him to do good for the Liberia.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much. I don't think you understand our conversation, but thank you so much. Coming up, we take 2 more calls and go back to Mr. Jawolo for him to wrap up because, he's just from having another interview at another radio station. So let's talk to this person. Hello. What's your name? Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yeah,
Good evening.
yeah, good evening. Welcome. What's your name?
Thank you. My name is Aliyu Patikoma. I'm picking family. I'm going for a car junction here.
Okay, Aliyu, let's hear you.
Let me commend the civil society institution in Liberia. To be honest with some of us supporter of the government, but what is civil society people doing? They are opening our eyes to government and governance.
Okay.
So for me, I hate to criticize when somebody talking the truth. People, they are not criticizing the government. What they are doing, they are trying to make the government to succeed. If you pay attention to these people, especially people like Eli Jaulo, and Nambo, Aliko, why in NSC, NSC Mama too.
Yeah.
For Center,
yeah.
the people, I think the government listen to them, government will move out. But politicians, while the mayor will be there today in campaign, he can't allow to tomorrow move on there, they come out. But the people continue to remain consistent. And people like they will come with report now because supporting government and me, I'm a low down that report for me. Some are taking it serious and we following it one for government to take it in good faith to where a long way. The money look at it, the people hitting it, they put not hit nobody. The people want you to succeed. So for that reason, they dare to remind you, people who don't want you to succeed. Every morning, they will come, Mr. President, everything you do in the country already. People want you to succeed. They not tell you they want your people job or they want your job. But they tell you the promises you made to the people. They are reminding you that you should continue that promises and live up to the promises so that the people will feel good about your government. So I want to commend Mr. Jaulo. But thank you so much for listening to you. We following you, not because we support government, we are not blind our people. But we also can see the difference in your opinion. But thank you very much. Have a good day.
Okay, thank you so much. I will take one more call and go back to Mr. Jawolo. Let me bring in this last caller. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, hello. You are live on the radio.
Yeah, B Bayoga.
Mr. Bayoga, welcome. Let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, calling from Subadan platform. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. I was just listening to you, but I just full of fire.
Okay.
The food the food is me eating. That one is already passed, but the food not here eating on.
Okay.
Yeah. Joga can already pass. Now the only person looking out now that you say you might for president.
Okay.
I don't vote for president we are. I got Joseph Bola.
All right.
But the former president, I vote for him. But now, for asking the Bayoga, if anything in Liberia are looking out to the president, because the past are already gone.
Okay.
But the president.
So what do you make of the report that is coming out for the president for the first 1 year?
But for my brother, only God knows the grave of people that say want to pass. Because when always pass, when one president, I won't see.
Okay.
Yeah, when it happened to me, because I don't get money. If you say another, I get joined. Joseph, but I will be. I say, oh yeah, the time I eat job, we didn't get job, but now get job. And so anything apart, I'm not thinking on it, but I press nothing on.
Thank you so much. So, Mr. Jawolo, you can just call back. You can just call back on the same Lone Star line for you to conclude on the interview. So, we have Mr. Jawolo back. You listen to the callers, right?
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I think that was a very good feedback.
Okay.
I think only one question came so far, the one with comparing former president we are and the current president.
Yeah.
And it been a very long time. But if I could just highlight two things.
Yeah.
The dual community role was completed in president we are first year. The wax fee was the president we have first year. I mean, talking about paying wax fee for
12
student
years. Yeah.
For 12 years. Then also the land right act and the local government act were completed president we are first term. So the local government act, those are four promises I can remember about. One of the reasons why we don't like to compare is that we don't want this report to be political because now CDC people want to test the party people want to test we want the report to be discussed as it is. President, we have played a part and gone this president bracket time to shine. They were in power for 12 years. They started most of the reform, after war, the Unity Party current president was vice president for 12 years. Most of the people that in the government were there. They have more experience than the CDC when CDC came. And during the CDC time, we were also new on the project. We just started, we were learning. But now, we are more sophisticated than the first 2 years of President we are. So that's why you see the report a little bit improved in terms of being more analytical, more outreach, more engagement with the government. And I think the next time will be better than this. I just want to tell Liberian people, thank you for all the support. Keep praying for us. It's a lot to do. We made a lot of
One of the
recommendations.
caller made mention of something that I capture. He said, because of the hard work you guys are doing, if you continue it, even when there is no grant, it costs for them for Liberians to do dollar rally to support the initiative. They can go about doing that. You want to agree with him on that? You want to say something about that?
We actually need support to get this. If this is working for the Liberian people, if the report is making the government to deliver for the Liberian people, and the Liberian people want to support it, we'll be so happy. But one thing I want for the president who in the government to pick up is the president to have a regular media engagement with the journalists, right? The radio station.
Yeah.
The president should be able to sit and have a dialogue or engagement with the media. Let the media ask questions, because from this work, until I realized that the government is doing so much and talking little.
Mm.
When we wrote the Ministry of Youth and Sport to send us report at that time, some of what the ministry wrote, I couldn't even believe it happening in Liberia. And I researched and I found out.
So when the minister writes you and this report, do you follow up to go and do a background check to confirm
Oh
as
yes,
to whether the information they send is
oh yes. That's the one thing we do very fast. And they know that they will not give us fake information. So what the ministry sent me and what I did, yes, so the Ministry of Youth and Sport get a lot of projects ongoing. Some of the projects started from President we at time.
Okay.
But one project that I saw that working is that currently the Ministry of Youth and Sport have 5 presidents doing a master in Kenya. 5 presidents.
Okay.
Doing master in Kenya. Who know about that? They also have representatives from a different country. 15 young presidents studying in I think China, and 15 president or 50 president who were 310,000 president also get some money to do some activity in the country. These are information people don't have. General ministry giving money to women, vulnerable women across the country. MCSS is donating chairs. These are information that the government had to keep informing people about what they're doing, so people can be able to understand exactly what it is they're doing, the promise of what they're doing. So I think if the president maybe every 2 months or every 3 months have a engagement with the media and speak to some of those things that are happening, people will start to appreciate it. Let me tell you right now, what we're doing now is bringing
former President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf used to do, I think, something similar on Omeo Radio, where she spoke simple Liberian English.
Yeah. Also now, for 1 year, I came on the president engaging the media. I mean, going to make the Mika, for me, not enough. Going to Mika, not enough, because what I've seen from the report that coming to us, from general ministry to finance ministry, this and that, it's not about just president or going to radio, it's about the president engaging the citizen and speaking on the issue. When the president starts speaking on the issue, other ministry and agency want to be mentioned, then you bring competition within the system. What we're doing now is bringing competition. Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Gender, they're competing now. Everybody want to get school. But also, we're not giving school. Our surprise to the report that coming to us. But the report going through the Ministry of Information. A Ministry of Information, what about what the government doing?
Okay, quickly
I don't think so.
Quickly before I leave you, someone sent a text message. This is Jerry Lincoln, and Jerry is asking, please ask Mr. Jawolo. Anyway, maybe you know how to spell your name, but please ask Mr. Jawolo to kindly inform us as to whether they are going to follow the president 457 person suspension, whether they are going to follow it to know whether it is true or it is a charade.
But like I said, I don't know whether that was a promise. I just saw that
I don't think that was a promise, actually. It was a step taken by the president.
Yes, it was a step taken with the president. We don't capture that as a promise. So that we cannot find it. So where he said, if you don't do that, I will suspend you.
Yeah.
But like I said, this is not only for Nemo, but for every Liberian to know that what the president promises to do about suspending the people, or why suspension is actually real. There are people in the government, everything. Not everything will be Nemo doing it. What are we doing, Liberian, to make sure that this is not just an ordinary political show. It's all on BBC. People take it as a big show, and also show us as Liberians that the president can change the country if he decides to be strong. Right?
And the good thing about it is that I read almost 7 newspapers today, and almost all of the 7 newspapers carrying the story.
Carrying the story,
Yeah.
right? But are they also carrying the story about how official government are going running? If you go to the Anti-Corruption Commission, is jam packed. It's packed. So it can't. So it's just telling order. If the president can change Liberia, if you want to change Liberia, that's just one statement of suspension. The whole government going to do after declaration. So if the president decides to say, "I will do this," and if you don't do it, I will take it from my government. No suspension, the country will be straight. So it's just lesson for the president to say, Mr. President, this is an example that you can change the country if you want to change it. I mean, after declaration, one thing, but the second thing, want the president to act on the audit report. General Auditing Commission has conducted more than 184 audits.
Okay.
They are released reports. We want the president to take action on some of the report so that if people are found guilty, they be prosecuted, other people will be afraid to steal.
Okay, Mr. Jawulo, so before you go, anything finally you want to leave out with your listeners that maybe we should hope for the next probably report?
Yeah, Anthony, I just want to tell the Liberian people, all of us, and in a more difficult time, we are all close to the US. We're all close to the American. We saw that USAID cutting down the activity in Liberia had not just tampered with the government, but even civil society. We lost about 3 projects. A lot of people going to lose their jobs. Some people can even maintain their office. It's time for us to sit as a Liberian to see that the resources God gave us, our government can use it to benefit most of us. Not everybody. During the State of the Nation, we heard the president naming minerals in the world, in our country. What the impact? For all the minerals the president listed, what impact do we have on the country? Liberia, the only country I see in the whole of Africa where we're using US dollar. So we make money laundering so easy that anybody that can take money and leave the country.
Like I was reading the other day, I got to notice that in the entire Africa, our currency is the second strongest currency. One US dollar to 195 Liberian dollar. So it means we are the second. Our currency is the second strongest currency, but still we still depend on USD.
Yeah, but Anthony, let's say I was just talking to a friend of they would say dual currency. Do we have dual currency in Liberia? For me, no.
No.
We pay taxes in US dollar. Our national budget is in US dollar. Even scratch card in US dollar. So it's like our
you pay children school fees in US dollars. You go to the market to buy US dollars.
US dollar. So we make money laundering so easy for the country. We need to go back to our local currency like Ghana, Nigeria, all the other countries doing it. If you want US dollar, you go to the bank and get US dollar from there. Let's start putting salary everything like brand dollar and make our local currency strong. See what Donald Trump, I want to make Donald Trump say that should not use US dollar. It's not that currency. What do we do?
Honestly,
we need to do a lot of work. I think the country is rich. We have a lot of resources, small population. We can survive on what God has given us. We just need to stand out to say, yes, we can support a party, but be truthful to those in power to do the right thing. I mean, I want to say thank you so much, Anthony. This is my first time interacting with you, but I really love it. You are more professional. You understand the issues. That will be our fun time that we can meet and talk and see how we can work together.
Thank you so much. Thank you as well for at least honoring our invitation. Thank you so kindly.
Thank you, my brother.
Okay. So he is Mr. Eddie Jawulo. He is the executive director of Nemo Partners for Democratic Development here in Liberia, and they released their report. And this report is talking about a lot of good things about the government, as well as the grade the government score in the first year of its existence. So we'd like to say many thanks to all of our callers, those who play the listening role as well. This program will come back on your radio on Monday at 3:05 p.m. And guess what? This Monday edition promises to be super fantabulous. My name is Anthony Phillips. I'd like to say many thanks for your listening role, and we will be back here on Monday. Thanks for listening and have a good time.